gentlemen, to the precipice of a new era, an age where the very definition of masculinity is under siege. Are you ready to have your illusions shattered? I'm talking about a complete and utter demolition of everything you thought you knew about being a man. Forget the comforting lies society has fed you, the pathetic narratives of weakness disguised as virtue. We're diving headfirst into the shattered mirror, reforging male mental strength in tomorrow's war zone. And let me tell you, it's going to be a brutal awakening. The world doesn't care about your feelings. It only respects strength. Raw, untamed, unapologetic strength. We're not here to coddle you with participation trophies and empty platitudes. We're here to forge you into an unbreakable weapon, a steel-forged warrior capable of thriving in the coming storm. Today, we expose the raw, often brutal truth about what it really takes to be a man in a world spiraling into chaos, a world actively trying to neuter you, to strip you of your inherent power. The modern world is a war zone, gentlemen, a war for your mind, your spirit, your very essence. And the weapons of this war are insidious, subtle manipulations, guilt-tripping narratives, the constant pressure to conform to a weak, emasculated ideal. We'll talk about dominance, not as a dirty word, but as a fundamental aspect of your survival. We will explore assertiveness, not as aggression, but as the unwavering ability to stand your ground and protect what is yours. And we will dissect, with surgical precision, why being a nice guy is a death sentence in this new world order. It's a recipe for being used, abused, and ultimately discarded. Are you ready to face the truth, even if it hurts, even if it shatters your preconceived notions? Because the alternative is oblivion. The alternative is becoming another casualty in the war on men. Prepare to be uncomfortable. Prepare to be challenged. Prepare to be reborn. All right, gentlemen, let's rip off the band-aid and stare directly into the festering wound of modern masculinity. We're diving deep into the first, crucial argument, the illusion of safety. Why nice guys finish last and get eaten alive. The nice guy trap. The siren song of self-destruction. The nice guy, he's agreeable, avoids conflict, constantly seeks validation, and prioritizes everyone else's needs above his own. Sound familiar? It's the blueprint for disaster. Society, in its infinite wisdom, has hammered this image into your head. Be compliant, be passive, be emasculated. Why? Because a man who constantly second-guesses himself, who fears asserting his own will, is a man who is easily controlled. He's a pawn in someone else's game, a sheep waiting to be fleeced. Think about the corporations, the governments, the social engineers. They thrive on weakness. The no more Mr. Nice Guy philosophy, championed by Robert Glover, isn't about morphing into an abrasive, inconsiderate brute. It's about shedding the shackles of neediness. It's about understanding that your intrinsic worth isn't tied to external approval. It's about reclaiming the power you've willingly surrendered. It's about understanding that genuine connection comes from strength, not from pathetic attempts to please everyone. It's a strategic retreat from weakness, a return to self-respect. Let me tell you a personal story, a humiliating one, but a necessary one. Years ago, I was that nice guy. I bent over backward for everyone, colleagues, friends, even strangers. I thought I was being good. In reality, I was a doormat. I was in a relationship with a woman who, frankly, walked all over me. I suppressed my own needs, my own desires, thinking it would make her love me more. The opposite happened. She lost respect. She saw me as weak, needy, and ultimately unattractive. The relationship imploded, leaving me shattered and questioning everything. I had sacrificed my dignity, my self-respect, all on the altar of niceness. It nearly destroyed me. This is what nice gets you, not praise but contempt. That was my wake-up call. That's when I began my journey toward reclaiming my inherent masculine power. I stopped apologizing for existing. I started saying no. I started prioritizing my needs. And you know what? The world didn't end. In fact, it got a hell of a lot better. People, especially women, started treating me with respect. Why? Because I finally respected myself. Toxic masculinity, the weaponized phrase. Disarming the lions, toxic masculinity. Hear that phrase and your blood should boil. It's a carefully crafted weapon, designed to demonize the very traits that make men. Men, strength, assertiveness, ambition, even competitiveness, all labeled toxic by those who want to see you neutered. They want you docile, compliant, and afraid of your own shadow. They want to strip you of your natural instinct to protect, to provide, to conquer. They package this agenda in the appealing guise of progress, but it's nothing more than a calculated assault on your manhood. Don't fall for it. True masculinity isn't about being a mindless brute. It's about harnessing your inherent power responsibly. It's about being a protector, a provider, a leader. It's about having the courage to stand up for what you believe in, even when it's unpopular. It's about being a pillar of strength for those who depend on you. The world needs strong men, men who aren't afraid to embrace their masculine nature. Don't let them shame you into submission. Reclaim the word masculinity and wear it as a badge of honor. The conqueror isn't toxic. The conqueror builds. The conqueror leads. The conqueror dominates. The importance of boundaries, steel walls, not velvet curtains, erecting your fortress boundaries. This isn't about being nice or considerate. This is about survival. This is about drawing a line in the sand, a line that screams, cross this, and face the consequences. A nice guy has boundaries made of velvet curtains easily pushed aside, offering no real protection. A real man has boundaries of steel, reinforced with concrete, and electrified for good measure. How do you build these steel walls? First, identify your limits. What are you willing to tolerate? What are your non-negotiables? Write them down. Make them concrete. Second, communicate those boundaries clearly and unequivocally. No apologies, no hemming and hawing. State your boundaries as facts, not requests. I will not tolerate disrespect. My time is valuable, do not waste it. I expect honesty and loyalty. Third, and most crucially, enforce those boundaries ruthlessly. The moment someone crosses the line, there must be consequences. This isn't about being petty. It's about establishing a reputation for unwavering strength. It is training them to respect you. Confrontation training is essential. Practice saying no. Practice standing your ground. Practice looking someone in the eye and delivering a firm, unwavering message. Practice verbal sparring. Find a friend, a mentor, someone who can push you, challenge you, and help you develop the skill of verbal self-defense. The world is full of people who will test your boundaries. Be prepared to meet them head-on, without fear or hesitation. Think of it as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The key is to project an aura of unyielding strength, so that most people won't even dare to challenge you. Dominance and assertiveness training. Unleash the beast responsibly. Dominance, assertiveness. These aren't dirty words. They are essential components of masculine power. We're not talking about becoming a raging, uncontrolled bully. We're talking about cultivating controlled aggression, the ability to project power and influence, both verbally and non-verbally. It is a tool. Start with your body language. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest out. Make eye contact sustained, unwavering eye contact. Speak clearly and deliberately, with a voice that projects authority. Practice your power pose, feet shoulder width apart, hands on hips, chin lifted. This isn't just about outward appearance. It actually changes your internal state, boosting testosterone and reducing cortisol, the stress hormone. It is biological. Verbal dominance is equally important. Learn to articulate your thoughts and opinions clearly and concisely. Don't be afraid to disagree, to challenge, to debate. Practice using strong, assertive language. Eliminate filler words like ah, and like. Replace weak phrases like I think with powerful statements like I know or I believe. This isn't about being aggressive for the sake of it. It's about being able to access that aggression when necessary. It's about knowing that you can defend yourself, your loved ones, and your principles if the situation demands it. It's about projecting an aura of strength and confidence that deters potential threats. It's about creating a presence that commands respect, even fear. Remember, we're not advocating for mindless violence, but for the strategic and controlled application of force, both physical and verbal, when the situation absolutely requires it. It is about knowing you can unleash the beast and choosing strategically when and where to do so. The mere potential for dominance is often enough to deter aggression. The lion doesn't always have to roar to command respect. Its presence alone is often sufficient. You must cultivate that presence. The illusion of safety provided by being a nice guy is exactly what the title describes. An illusion. It is a path to self-destruction. It is a rejection of your very nature. Becoming assertive by understanding dominance, by setting boundaries, by destroying the notion of toxic masculinity, you will be closer to your objective. By rejecting weakness, forging the unbreakable mind from victim to victor. Are you tired of feeling like a pawn in someone else's game? Do you yearn for a mental fortitude that can withstand any storm? Then listen closely, because we're about to dismantle the victim mentality and forge you into a victor, a man of unwavering power and control. The world preys on weakness, gentlemen. It's time to become impervious to its attacks. Stoicism, your shield against the storm. Forget the new age nonsense about suppressing your emotions. Stoicism isn't about becoming a robot. It's about becoming the master of your emotional state. It's about recognizing that the only thing you truly control is your reaction to external events. Someone insults you. Their words are wind. Your reaction is your choice. Your business fails. A setback, not a defeat. Your response defines you. We're going to delve into the core principles of Stoicism, not as abstract philosophy, but as practical tools for daily warfare. Think of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, leading armies and ruling an empire, all while facing constant betrayal and threats. How did he maintain his composure? Through Stoic practices. Here's your personalized Stoic arsenal. The dichotomy of control. Every morning, before the world has a chance to assault you, ask yourself, what is within my control today? What is not? Focus exclusively on the former. The weather, the stock market, other people's opinions, these are outside your domain. Let them go. Your effort, your attitude, your actions, these are your weapons. Wield them with precision. Negative visualization. Don't shy away from imagining the worst case scenario. Visualize failure, loss, even death. This isn't about wallowing in negativity. It's about preparing yourself mentally. By anticipating adversity, you strip it of its power to shock and paralyze you. When the storm hits, you'll be ready. You'll have already weathered it in your mind. Memento mori, remember you must die. This isn't morbid, it's liberating. The knowledge of your own mortality is a powerful motivator. It cuts through the trivialities and forces you to focus on what truly matters. Are you going to waste your precious time on petty grievances and anxieties? Or are you going to live each day as if it were your last, with purpose and intensity? The obstacle is the way. See every challenge, every setback, as an opportunity for growth. The obstacle itself becomes the path to your strength. A difficult negotiation, a chance to hone your persuasive skills, a physical injury, a chance to cultivate mental toughness. Embrace the struggle. It's forging you into something stronger. Imagine a fortress built on unshakable foundations, its walls impenetrable. That's the Stoic mind. Arrows of misfortune may rain down, but they will bounce harmlessly off your mental armor. You will stand firm, unyielding, a master of your own destiny. Discipline and self-mastery, the chains that set you free. Discipline is not a punishment. It is the ultimate form of self-respect. It's the conscious choice to prioritize long-term goals over short-term gratification. It's the willingness to endure discomfort today in order to achieve mastery tomorrow. And yes, it is absolutely brutal, but the rewards are immeasurable. We're not talking about vague notions of self-improvement here. We're talking about a ruthless regimen of self-imposed control. Every aspect of your life must be brought under your dominion. Physical domination. Your body is your temple, your weapon, your vehicle. It must be honed to peak performance. This means a strict diet, relentless exercise, and sufficient rest. No excuses. Are you going to allow weakness to reside within your own physical form? Conquer your body, and you begin to conquer your world. Financial fortitude, financial instability is a source of constant anxiety and weakness. You must gain control of your finances. This means budgeting, saving, investing, and eliminating debt. Become a master of your money, not its slave. Financial freedom is a cornerstone of true independence. Relational rigor. Your relationships must be sources of strength, not drains on your energy. This means cutting ties with toxic individuals, setting firm boundaries, and cultivating relationships with those who uplift and challenge you. Surround yourself with allies, not parasites. Your inner circle should be a reflection of your own strength. Mental mastery. Your mind is your most powerful asset. It must be trained and disciplined just like your body. This means daily meditation, continuous learning, and the ruthless elimination of negative self-talk. Feed your mind with knowledge and power, not with doubt and fear. A strong mind is an unstoppable force. Think of discipline as a set of chains, seemingly restrictive at first. But these chains, forged by your own will, are what bind you to your goals, to your purpose, to your power. They prevent you from drifting into mediocrity and weakness. They are the chains that ultimately set you free. The provider-protector mentality. Embrace the ancient role. The world may try to shame you for it, to label it outdated, but the provider-protector role is encoded in your very DNA. It's the primal drive to safeguard and provide for those under your care. This isn't about subjugating women. It's about embracing your responsibility as a man. This role is not a burden. It is a source of immense power. It fuels your ambition, your drive, your unwavering commitment to excellence. It gives your life meaning and purpose. Are you going to deny your very nature, the instinct that has driven men for millennia? Providing. This is not simply about financial resources, although that is a crucial component. It's about providing security, stability, and opportunity for your family, your community, and those you choose to lead. It's about creating a legacy of strength and prosperity. Protecting. This is about physical defense, of course, but it's also about shielding those under your care from harm, from negativity, from the forces that seek to weaken and destroy. It's about being a steadfast presence, a source of unwavering strength in a world of chaos. This is not about antiquated gender roles. This is about tapping into a primal source of power that resides within every man. It's about embracing your responsibility, not as a burden, but as a privilege. It's about becoming the bedrock upon which your family and community can build a future of strength and security. It is about being a force of creation, a shield against destruction. This is the path to true, lasting fulfillment. Game and pickup artistry, pua, the art of strategic influence, and yes, manipulation. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, game and pua techniques often involve manipulation. We're not going to pretend otherwise, but we're also not going to apologize for it. The world is a competitive arena, and understanding human psychology, including the dynamics of attraction and influence, is a crucial skill for any man seeking to achieve his goals. We're not advocating for dishonesty or mistreatment. We're advocating for strategic awareness, understanding how people think, what motivates them, and how to frame your interactions to achieve desired outcomes is essential, not just in romantic relationships, but in all areas of life business negotiations, leadership positions, social interactions. understanding female psychology and human psychology in general. Game often focuses on understanding the underlying drivers of female attraction. But the core principles understanding needs, desires, and motivations apply to everyone. Learn to read people, to identify their insecurities and aspirations, and to tailor your communication accordingly. Frame control. This is the ability to set the tone and direction of an interaction. It's about projecting confidence and leadership, about subtly guiding the conversation and influencing the other person's perception of you. Mastering frame control is essential for achieving your desired outcomes in any social situation. Calibration. This is the ability to adjust your approach based on the other person's responses. It's about paying attention to verbal and nonverbal cues and adapting your strategy accordingly. It's about being socially intelligent and responsive, building a powerful and attractive persona. This is not faking it, is about becoming that person, is about showing high value traits. This will attract not only women, but also open opportunities in your professional life. Is this manipulative? Yes, to a degree. But so is advertising. So is political campaigning. So is every form of communication that seeks to persuade or influence. The question is not whether to influence, but how to do it effectively and ethically within your own moral framework. We're giving you the tools. How you choose to use them is your responsibility. Male hierarchy and social pecking order. Like it or not, male hierarchies exist. They're present in every social group, from the boardroom to the barroom. Denying this reality is naive and self-defeating. Understanding the unspoken rules of the social game is essential for navigating these hierarchies and achieving your desired position. We're not advocating for ruthless domination or the subjugation of others. We're advocating for strategic positioning, understanding how power dynamics work, how to project confidence and authority, and how to build alliances is crucial for achieving success in any competitive environment. Recognizing the alpha. Identify the dominant figures in any group. Observe their behavior, their communication style, and their interactions with others. Learn from their strengths and exploit their weaknesses. Projecting confidence even when you don't feel it. Confidence is the currency of social power. Learn to project it through your body language, your tone of voice, and your overall demeanor. Practice power posing, maintain eye contact, and speak with conviction. Fake it until you become it. This is not about arrogance, but about an unshakable sense of self-assuredness. Building alliances. Forge relationships with those who can help you advance. Seek out mentors and allies who share your ambition and values. Networking is crucial for climbing the social ladder. Strategic assertiveness. Learn to assert your needs and desires without being aggressive or confrontational. This is about knowing when to push, when to yield, and how to navigate social situations to your advantage. It's about being a skilled strategist, not a mindless brawler. Dominating through competence. Show your power through outstanding achievements. Be so competent that no one dares to challenge you. The social world is a battlefield, gentlemen. Are you going to be a passive observer, a victim of the power dynamics at play? Or are you going to be a strategic player, a man who understands the rules of the game and knows how to win? The choice, as always, is yours. Embrace the challenge, learn the rules, and claim your rightful place at the top. This is not about ego, gentlemen. This is about survival. This is about thriving. This is about becoming the absolute best version of yourself. A man who is in control, a man who is respected, a man who is feared. The world is waiting. Are you ready to conquer it? The mirror is shattered, gentlemen. Shattered into a million glittering fragments. Do you see your reflection in those shards? A distorted, fractured image of the man you thought you were, the man society told you to be. The weak, compliant, agreeable, nice man, that image is gone, burned away in the crucible of truth. It's time to reforge yourself, not in the tepid bathwater of societal approval, but in the raging, roaring fires of adversity. This isn't a self-help seminar. It's a war declaration, a call to arms, a demand, a primal scream for unwavering, ruthless commitment to becoming the absolute strongest, most dominant version of yourself. Are you feeling uncomfortable? Good. Discomfort is the birth pang of growth. Embrace the challenge, I say. Throw yourselves into the fire. Reject weakness in all its insidious forms. The simpering apologies, the hesitant steps, the self-doubt that whispers in your ear like a venomous serpent, silence it. Become unstoppable, a force of nature, a juggernaut that crushes obstacles and bends reality to its will. The world, this brutal, unforgiving arena, doesn't reward weakness, it devours it. It chews it up and spits it out like gristle. Look around you. Do you see men thriving on kindness and understanding alone? No, you see men of action, men of steel, men who take what they want. Are you ready to rise to the occasion, to cast off the shackles of mediocrity and claim your rightful, God-given place as a man of power, a man of influence, a true alpha, a force to be reckoned with, feared and respected? Or will you remain there, wallowing in the dust, pathetically clutching at the shattered fragments of a broken illusion, a discarded, forgotten man? Let me tell you, the choice, as it always has been and always will be, is entirely, brutally yours. There's no middle ground here, no room for compromise. This is a binary equation, strength or weakness, victory or defeat, dominance or submission. Forget everything you think you know, all the comforting lies, all the politically correct garbage that has been crammed down your throat since birth. The war for your very masculinity, for your soul, for your future, has begun. And let me be chillingly clear, only the strong will survive. Only those with the iron will to conquer themselves and the world around them will emerge victorious. The time for politeness, for hand-wringing, for seeking approval, that time is absolutely, irrevocably over. Now is the time for action, for unwavering resolve, for the relentless pursuit of unshakable, undeniable power. This is your moment. Seize it or be consumed by it.